So, hello. Hello. So we will start here when you are done talking. That was quick. Usually it takes 5 minutes before you stop. Thank you. I'm supposed to make some announcement and told me exactly what I'm supposed to say. Actually, and next year you do it, okay? You can read your handwriting better than I can.
And you have slides.
I have slides. Oh, actually, Mike has slides and have notes. I'm getting confused. Welcome.
Show and prior to start of events.
Prior to start. So, slides.
Slide
Mike,
one,
Mike,
thanks to the sponsors.
Slide one, thanks to the sponsors.
Uh-oh, wrong order.
Uh-oh, wrong order. So, we start with the sponsors in general. Thank you very much. I know that. Like, I have never received any money from Jonas. He sometimes buys me a pizza, that is nice. Thank you to our sponsors. Without that, it wouldn't be possible. Take your time when you are on the...
All right.
So, you see them all on the first level and in the ground level. You can come, talk to them. You find interesting things that these people do with Eclipse, how they do business with Eclipse, how they invite you to do business with Eclipse, and how they get around. So a big applause to our sponsors that make it possible that we have this conference here.
Yeah, there we go.
Way!
One more. Okay.
Mike's...
I had one job.
Should we try it again tomorrow, Mike? You feeling it? No? So, I got this point. Now you go to this slide with the, okay, that's also a little out of order. Have you downloaded this app yet? How do you like it? It was probably done with some sort of modeling technology because it comes from Eclipse source. Jonas, where are you? No. Jonas will explain it to you how they did it. It's pure magic, and it works on Android and on iOS. Actually, they took Windows out this year. Jesus. Who still has a Windows phone, by any chance? All right. So Jonas, please talk to this person. Next. No, Stammtisch, we are not. Mike, that's not going well. Where's our program committee? Oh, you said it on here. Okay. Then the next thing, I keep the rest to Mike. Let me introduce you to Mr. Spetz. He's the mayor of Ludwigsburg. I don't know if you read this, but we have made an agreement, a strategic partnership with the city of Ludwigsburg that we, the Eclipse Foundation, and the EclipseCon stays here for a while, for the next couple of years. We like it here more than in Amsterdam and Paris. Seriously, I'm not kidding. And we are very grateful, and especially grateful because Ludwigsburg is a very, very interesting city that is driving towards digitalization, towards ecologically nice environments. But I leave it to you, Mr. Spetz, to talk a little about it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let me say it first, a very warm welcome to our city of Ludwigsburg. We are very proud that you are here in those days in our city. Ludwigsburg is a young European city. We are 300 years old for Europe. It's a young city. It was founded as a city, as a kind of future city in the time of Baroque. When the Dukes of Württemberg, which are located or were located in Stuttgart, built at first a huge Baroque palace, and they wanted to have one of the largest in Europe. And the next step, they decided to build a city, and the city is called, like the Duke, Eberhard Ludwigsburg. And in those years, the question how we can create a future city is also a very exciting question. We are working, I'm mayor since the year of 2003 in the city. In 2004, we started a process of sustainability in all the fields of economic sustainability, social sustainability, and ecological sustainability. And in the year 2014, we got the German Award for Sustainability, but we reached some steps, but we have also to do a lot in the next years to be really sustainable. And this is a challenge for every city all over the world. And we have to think local, but also we have to think global, because there are many challenges for the world for the next years, many years, questions like climate change, for example. Then we will have more than 2 billion people in the next decades. And the question is how we can be successful. And so we have to work together on the local base, but also in networks of also cities and different actors all over the world. And I think the technological innovation and the process of digitalization is a huge chance to be more successful for the quality of the life of the people in the city, but also for the global challenges. And so I think it's very exciting, the work you make here since many years. I think it's very important, and we need, of course, open solutions. In our process, we are creating, together with Bosch, just at the moment, a new virtual marketplace, a smart city cloud for local applications. So I think we need all, we are working on these questions, open solutions, and so I find it very important what you're working here. So I want to say you once more, very warm welcome to our city. I wish you a lot of success, and please come back in the next years. We are looking forward. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, so other than being a total failure at clicking on the right presentation, my name is Mike Milinkovich, and for those who don't know me, I'm and have the great honor to be the Executive Director of the Eclipse Foundation. It's a dream job for me and something that I love doing, and the staff of the Eclipse Foundation, I think, also love our jobs, and it's a great opportunity to gather our community at a place like this. This is my favorite week of the year. This is sort of like the family reunion that we get to have every year in Ludwigsburg, and it's a great pleasure to see so many familiar faces. This is our 10th year in this facility, which is actually pretty amazing. But some of you have been here before, so you'll be familiar with this little game. I want to see, does anybody stand up if you've been here all 10 years? You've been here to all 10. Awesome. All right, stay up. Keep standing. All right, so stand up if you've been here 9 times. 9. I had a really bad conversation with a taxi driver in Germany one time. 9, okay, 8. 8. No, stay standing. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Awesome. All right, now sit down. All right. Now, please stand up if this is your first EclipseCon Europe. So we had the newcomers reception last night, and I know not all of you were there because we would have ran out of beer. But I just want to say that on behalf of the Eclipse Foundation and the community that's been here before, that you folks that are here for your very first time, welcome, and this is going to be a really wonderful and fun week. This is a very open community. Like, everybody here is outgoing and gregarious. If you want to have, sooner or later some embarrassing photo of my kid is going to show up. This is a very outgoing and gregarious community. If this is your first time, please, please do not feel shy. If you see somebody that's is a committer on a project that you're interested in, they will love to talk to you. If you see somebody, including myself from the staff of the Eclipse Foundation, and you want to know what it is we do or how we do it, please stop us in the hall and talk to us. The hallway track at a conference like this is probably the single most important part of the conference. Building those human links is what helps sustain our community. So please enjoy your week. And along those lines, just to remind everybody that there is a Stammtisch at 5:35. For those that aren't German, that means get together and drink beer. I'm sure there's a deeper meaning for the German speakers, but they keep telling me, Mike, come to my Stammtisch, and I go to their Stammtisch, and we sit around and we talk and we drink beer. But then there's the Kahoot. Thank you, Alex, being organized at 6:30, and then there's BOFs. If you haven't had too much beer between the Stammtisch and Kahoots, then you can go and have a birds of a feather session in the evening. I also want to extend a warm welcome to our colleagues from the OSGI community. This is, gosh, I think probably the 8th time or something like that we've co-hosted the OSGI event here. My apologies if I got that wrong. So warm welcome, and it's great to have you here again. And yeah, so here we go. Program committee. I think we've already thanked them once because I messed up the slides. And there's also the Project Quality Day and the IoT program. A couple of great sessions that were held yesterday in the unconference. It's been this Quality Day. This is the third Quality Day. So it's been a real success. And this is the part that I think I was actually accidentally doing Ralph's slides, but this is the part where I was giving you an update on the State of the Union of the Eclipse Foundation. And let me start off by saying that the State of the Union is good. Things are going great. So we have accomplished a lot in the last year. And in particular, I want to give a warm thank you to Danny Meggard and the whole Eclipse platform team for work, Stefan Herman, Nupur, everybody for doing a great job with shipping Java 9 support in the Eclipse IDE. I know it's been a long road to get all the modularity support and everything into JDT. So thank you for all the work that you put into making that possible. Thanks. And earlier this year, we shipped the oxygen release train. One of the signs that you're getting older is you start to forget numbers. I mean, I think this is like now the 11th or 12th release train, something like that, so one of the amazing things, and I tell this story, around the world, all over the place in various contexts, we run a truly open community that just happens to have the maturity of process and the maturity of the people that are involved to be able to ship large software releases on time to the day for over a decade straight. And that's an incredible accomplishment. And these are like, And these simultaneous releases are non-trivial pieces of software. Like, let's not forget that we're talking about, what was it, 71 million lines of code, coordinating the activities of almost 1,000 different people to ship on time to the day, year after year. I think it's an incredible accomplishment, and thank you to all of the people in this room that were involved. We've had a lot of success in our working groups. The science working group just shipped their second simultaneous release, so congrats to those. The IoT folks, we just had 2 more projects for DDS protocol implementation and a Web of Things implementation that were announced, I think, last Thursday or Friday. So the IoT community continues to grow. PolarSys is continuing to work on the modeling tools. They created the Capella Industry Consortium this year, so they've been busy with that. And finally, Location Tech, which is our geospatial community, is just in the process of onboarding yet 2 more projects, and it's in the process of being the lead and host for the Phosphor-G North American Conference next year. So that community is continuing to grow and do great things in the world of geospatial. But really, what we've become at the Eclipse Foundation, you know, the Eclipse Foundation itself is almost 14 years old. And originally it started off as a place to have an independent, vendor-neutral home for a few projects. I think when we first created the Eclipse Foundation, of course there was the Eclipse Java IDE, for which we're still best known for. But there was the CDT project that was already around at that time. I think there was about 12 in total. And all of the projects were about tools, and all of the projects were basically building Eclipse IDE plugins. And we've grown since those fairly humble beginnings to becoming truly a platform for collaboration on innovation. And the sheer volume of technology that's happening at the Eclipse Foundation today is incredible. We have over 340 projects, and as I'm about to go through, the growth that we're about to experience is going to be quite incredible. So people are listening to this message that the Eclipse Foundation is a platform for open collaboration. And this is, by the way, a picture of one of my favorite Canadian rock bands, the Sheepdogs. And they're a classic story, just like the Eclipse Foundation. They were an overnight success that had been doing road tours and garage bands for over a decade. And a couple of weeks ago at Java 1, that was kind of the way I felt a little bit, is because like all of a sudden, with Java EE coming to Eclipse, which I'll talk about again in a moment, it's been a huge change in the perception of what the Eclipse Foundation is and what it is that we do. So people are really open and listening to this message of open collaboration at the Eclipse Foundation. So this is the big news at the moment. So for those who haven't heard, a couple of weeks ago, Oracle, in conjunction with IBM and Red Hat, Tommy Tribe and Pyera and a few others, announced that they were going to be moving Java EE lock, stock, and barrel to the Eclipse Foundation. So this is an incredible new chapter for us as a community and for the Eclipse Foundation as an institution. Just to put this into perspective, as we're looking through the list of things that need to be done, bringing Java EE over to Eclipse involves starting approximately 40 new projects at once, which is gonna be fun. And the thing that's unique about this, if you know anything about the history of how Java has been put together over the years, is that as part of this process, Oracle is going to be open sourcing the TCKs, the test compatibility kits for Java EE at the Eclipse Foundation. So for the first time, the ability to test your Java implementation is going to be open source. And the Eclipse Foundation is going to get into the business, if you will, of writing specifications. So in the future, the evolution of Java EE is going to be spec'd by a new process that we haven't built yet at the Eclipse Foundation. So this is an incredible new chapter for us as an institution and for us as a community. Okay, so this one's not my fault. Sorry, just kidding. So anybody who wants to learn more about Java EE, there's 3 sessions that are coming up. So this afternoon, we have a panel and I'll be on there, and Kevin Sutter and a few other people. David, if you're here, just like, anyway. And then there's a BOF tonight, and then on Wednesday, there's going to be an open Java EE and microprofile, Eclipse microprofile talk as well. So there is going to be, it was sort of late breaking news, but we managed to get some content on the topic in here. Another new project at the Eclipse Foundation that I think is pretty interesting is OpenJ9. So IBM open sourced their Java VM at the Eclipse Foundation. So in conjunction with OpenJDK, you can now get a running Java that's built on top of a complete open source stack. And OpenJ9 is a very mature product. It's been the basis of the IBM WebSphere product line for many years. And interestingly, its roots are in embedded from way back. So it actually is quite small and in some ways very suitable for IoT and embedded applications. So it's going to be really interesting to see the trajectory of OpenJ9 over the years. Eclipse microprofile started earlier this year, but this is an effort to create specs for microservices in Java at the Eclipse Foundation. And this has been a great project and built a really interesting and vibrant community very quickly at the Eclipse, at Eclipse. And having microprofile at Eclipse was definitely one of the reasons why Oracle was interested in bringing Java EE to us. So it's definitely been a big part of our recent success. So what we're seeing with other projects, including Vertex, Jetty, Eclipse Link, and Eclipse Collections, that really what's happening at the Eclipse Foundation is we are becoming the center of gravity for innovation in the Java language and the Java platform. Sorry, Java language is probably an exaggeration because that's going to keep happening at OpenJDK, but definitely in terms of enterprise Java and in the future, what does it mean to be cloud native Java? These kinds of things are happening at the Eclipse Foundation today. And I think that that's really terribly exciting. So it's been a big couple of months since microprofile came, then OpenJ9, then Java EE. We have a lot of work to do, but it's a very exciting inflection point in the history of the Eclipse Foundation. But yes, we're doing really well in Java, but there's other technology areas as well. So just want to touch on a few. Particularly in a city, in the area like Stuttgart, it would be silly not to mention that we have a lot of activities going on in automotive. So OpenMDM is building big data tools for dealing with the kind of measurement data that you deal with as an automotive OEM. OpenPass is about doing simulation to help reduce the costs of developing advanced driving systems. Eclipse Sumo is about doing large-scale citywide traffic simulations. So it comes from DLR, so it's pretty cool technology. And then OpenADX is a thing that we're just in the process of getting started up with organizations like Bosch and Microsoft around building a tool chain for advanced driving systems. In North America, we call them autonomous driving systems, but all my German friends say, no, it's not autonomous, it's only advanced. But another area that I think is really cool is thanks to the science working group and our friends at Oak Ridge National Lab in Tennessee, we have our first quantum computing project. So XACC is a tool set for doing simulations of quantum computers. And it has a very specific goal. That their opinion is that for many years, quantum computers are going to be like an adjunct processor. So there's going to be a hybrid programming model where you're going to be building some of your software using classical computer techniques on a normal computer, but you'll have a coprocessor that happens to be a quantum computer. Just like for today, in some cases, you might have a GPU. So this is a hybrid programming model for helping you build software that is a mix of classical computing and quantum computing. And I mean, if you know anything about sort of the history of computing, the fact that this is coming from Oak Ridge is extremely cool and exciting. This is definitely one of the centers of quantum computing in the world. And then machine learning. So AI and machine learning are, of course, very important topics. And just 2 weeks ago, I guess, 2 Fridays ago, it was announced that by a company called SkyMind, that they're bringing deep learning for J, which is the leading machine learning framework for on the JVM to the Eclipse Foundation as a project. So we're starting to get into AI and machine learning as well. And this is a project that's very popular on GitHub, and I think that has a lot of potential as an Eclipse project as well. And it was one of the things that was kind of fun for us was there was a really interesting Twitter conversation about why did SkyMine bring deep learning for J to the Eclipse Foundation as opposed to, say, the Apache Software Foundation? And I'm not going to read the whole thing here, but it was very gratifying for us who work at the foundation to have somebody say, we love the governance model that the Eclipse Foundation brings to our project. And we chose to bring our project to Eclipse because of that governance model. So that was something that we really appreciated very much. So really, you know, the Eclipse Foundation is a platform for innovation and collaboration, and we do this by providing a number of key services to all of our projects and all of the organizations that are involved with us. So it's all about providing governance, it's about, you know, project management, it's about providing IT infrastructure, IP and licensing management. All of these services that we provide to our projects and our community is really what's enabling the Eclipse Foundation to act as this open collaboration platform. So of course, our heritages and tools and the Eclipse IDE continues to be a huge part of our present and future success. But you know, basically since the day we started the Eclipse Foundation, we have been doing things other than tools. I mean, we shipped RCP, the Rich Client Platform, which is a runtime. We shipped that in 2004. So we've been doing this runtime technology stuff for a very long time, but now the message is getting out and more very cool runtime projects are coming to the Eclipse Foundation. And so that's what we do. We are a platform for innovation and collaboration. So thank you very much. Oops. And over to Alf. Over to Alf.
Over to Anna. Who knows the term digitalization? Stand up, who knows? No, forget it. Sit down if you don't know.
Oh, so, no one knows it.
No one knows it. No, actually, the funny thing is, when I open in the morning, I do two things. I listen to what Mr. Trump has tweeted.
Yep. I do the same.
Yeah, it's kind of addictive, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. You can't just stop yourself.
Yeah, and I actually wake up early just for that. I want to be the first of my friends who tweets what Trump has tweeted. Anyway, digitalization, that's the other thing that I always read, and we have heard it from Mr. Spetz, we have heard it in many discussions here. It's the topic. So Anna has done a lot of research around this topic. And actually, when I read her title, I understood the good and bad, and then the ugly I didn't know, but it seems to have some ugly sides too. So I'm going back to my old Nokia phone, just so that you know. Don't send me any MMSs anymore. Anna has done a lot of research, how to build a value chain, how to make it designed for people. And with that, I would like to leave it to you. And I look forward to learning.
Thank you. I got a little bit confused because my